All right. That was Vienna Waltz by Vivian Porter here on BKNY Bikini Atoll Radio. It's 5 o'clock. Do you know where your baby is? Okay, keeping up the mood here now. We got a little jam by a band called Royalty Free with the song China Doll here on BKNY Bikini Atoll Radio. Your place for the hits. Okay, hey, I'm just gonna break in here real quick. We've got a sudden announcement. It seems the American Army is at the atoll. Those swinging cats from the Americas have a message just for us. Apparently, later today, they've got some sort of, what did you say? Some kind of a weapons test going on. Nothing to be alarmed about. So continue enjoying your day, fishing in the beautiful lagoon and enjoying the serene beaches of our gorgeous home. All right, returning to the song. If my wishes could have wings, the flyers fall to paradise. Okay, I'm gonna break in again here. It seems that this weapons test might be slightly more intense than we had previously thought. Something about what did you guys say there? Something about dropping God's own fire on the atoll. Regardless, everyone please very calmly collect all your things. The American Army has kindly offered to ship us all to a neighboring atoll. So, get your shit together, and, you can enjoy the rest of the song. We get everything together, and don't worry, we're only going to be gone for a little while they do this test, and then we'll all come right home, okay? We've lived here forever. We'll always be here. All right, going back to China Doll. Okay, all right. This is going to be the last time. Apparently, we're never coming back. They're going to blow the shit out of our home. So we really don't have much time, or they're just going to drop. Again, what did you say? The biggest bomb that's ever been devised in the history of man on us. So, thanks for tuning in to BKNY, home of the hits.
Thank you guys for tuning in to Delete Everything Podcast. My name is Riley Bowen. I'm the host today. No, I'm not. Patrick is.
Yeah, you messed it up again.
Hold on, fuck. I can do this.
I started with hey every time.
Hey guys, welcome to Delete Everything Podcast. Our serene lagoon in the middle of a Pacific atoll that has never been blown up by an atomic bomb. I'm your host, Riley Bowen, and with me today is my mutated goat, Patrick Wall. And also joining us today is the deformed sea creature clutching a coconut at the bottom of the sea,
Drew Bowlby.
So, honestly, solid attempt. You shanked it on the metaphor a little bit. I would have said beautiful, peaceful Pacific island that is about to be decimated by all of the deleted, omitted, and forgotten
omitted
facts.
bullshit. God damn it.
Yeah.
God damn it.
You're getting closer, though. You're getting
Fuck,
closer.
I actually read it today. Like, I sat down and I was like,
yeah, guys, welcome back.
Greeting metaphor,
Yeah.
and then
Then we got to go into, first and foremost, thank you guys. Anybody who has left us any ratings, reviews, comments on Spotify, YouTube shit, whatever you've done, we love it. If you haven't done it yet, get on that shit. You will make us happy and you will make us more popular and maybe we'll get voted prom queen. If you have not done so, please look us up on Instagram at Delete Everything Podcast.
Fuck.
What?
Nothing.
You haven't done an Instagram?
God damn it. I'll do it.
I saw you did you stacked 4 of them all in one day.
No.
Thinking we wouldn't notice.
That was fine.
I get on Instagram one time a day for 20 minutes.
That was
and my
Instagram.
whole feed was just Delete Everything Podcast.
Instagram did that. They must have fucked up something with the
It
algorithm.
was just all Delete Everything Podcast posts, and it was 2 hours ago, 2 hours ago,
No,
2 hours
that
ago,
was,
2
it
hours
was
ago.
stored in the balls, and Elon Musk did it. What was that other guy? Mark suck a hog.
I think it's pronounced Wahlberg.
Yeah, that's it. Mark Wahlberg. He was there,
If he was there,
so things went different.
the Instagram posts would have been done on time.
They were done.
Also, YouTube. If you haven't watched, we keep putting out YouTube shorts, and we're having a fucking blast with them. And hopefully, you guys are watching them, and you're having a fucking blast.
My
with them.
favorite part has been naming them.
I don't know that I've been paying attention. Yeah, I have to have been paying attention to the names.
Hold on.
Or like YouTube.
Yeah, you didn't even grab the keyboard.
Or
I
like
suggested.
YouTube Eat My Shorts.
I will.
Whoa.
Whoa.
You are a barrel of monkeys today, aren't you,
Ayo.
kiddo?
So B's or D's, that's us talking about our tits.
Yep.
Do androids dream... You guys help me with this one. Do androids dream of blue-footed boobies?
That's
Oh,
not bad.
yeah,
That's not bad.
yeah.
Come again, Chip. Rosie the Blowbot, I thought was pretty good.
Rosie the Blowbot's good.
That's a good one.
Um,
Jesus Christ.
Puppies! Exclamation when talking about killing puppies.
Oh, boy.
Piss vape, Tom Zuba, fraught with fraughtage, fat dildo murders.
Talking Durrits. I remember Talking Durrits. It's a good
That's
one.
a Patreon
Ah,
episode.
fuck.
That's a page.
Shoal sell seashells, tomatoes suck, Riley's ass gemstones, Adam Pilowski, and PTBSL
Yeah,
season.
yeah.
You're welcome.
PTBSL season is a good one.
Yeah.
Is your phone still doing that thing?
Hell yeah.
Where the fuck was I? Hey,
Sorry.
how much do you spend for a box of cereal and a half gallon of milk? Is it more than $8?
I think it's just like $48 now.
Probably more by the time this airs.
Legitimately.
What kind of
those
cereal are we
facts.
talking? This is like $8 just for like the fucking
A box of cereal? Yeah.
the grocery store bags.
Yeah, you need
Yeah.
the fucking
Remember
bag.
those used to be like $1?
Yeah.
It used to be like, hey,
Like $1.99.
this is the generic bullshit you could get for
And it was
cheap.
like the equivalent of like 2
your
boxes
kids
of
won't
cereal.
even know you're poor.
Yeah.
Remember when candy, which is literal garbage, used to be like under $1?
Oh, we already talked about
God,
this
yeah.
on the
Yeah, yeah.
last. We talked about
Well, so-
the horror on
so
the horror movie episode.
for
Talked about how, like, fucking
$8
a bag of like bit of honey is like $11
Yeah.
now.
So for $8, you can join us on Patreon, and you will be funding our many projects and things that we've been. We weren't always doing YouTube shorts. We had to get cameras and I don't know, move shit around in this to make it presentable in the studio. And
I had to make a bunch of friends that could do cool shit.
get new wardrobes because we don't want to look raggedy on the fucking on the.
Why are you looking at me?
Yeah,
You, Drew. I
raggedy.
had to be friends with Drew like 15 years before we did this so that he could do all this shit for me.
Our sound quality wasn't
and
always
he loaned
this.
me money.
Yeah, our sound quality wasn't always this good.
Wait, what? I don't know. What?
I'm trying to tell people what the fuck we had to invest. Oh God, it's gonna be one of these fucking episodes.
Welcome to the podcast. Everybody.
First of all, we are back on our bullshit with this episode because it is a doozy.
Yeah, this is
It's a.
This is actually an insanely depressing and hardcore topic. Yeah.
But yeah, so all the money that we get, the very little bit of money that we get from Patreon, we put right back into this motherfucker. None of us have actually made a goddamn cent off of this thing. So join us. By the time this comes out, it's like 55 episodes, back catalog. Plus we keep putting a new one out every fucking week. $8? Are you kidding me? What can you buy for $8 anymore? Get on it.
And Patrick will give you a little kiss.
I will give you so many kisses.
Just a little kiss.
You like kisses? I'll give you kisses. Legitimately. I'll find you.
I'll suck your dick. Speaking of sucking dicks, we
I'll
actually
find you and I'll give you kisses.
Guys, we cannot forget to send out the packages to our new Patreon members.
Packages. Did you not send that out yet?
I sent the one out to
We got
Haley.
Haley's
And
got
we
hers.
still have Elias and Kelly.
Kelly.
By the way, I wasn't here when you guys shouted out Kelly, but again, shout out Kelly McSorley. long
New
time.
Patreon.
Yeah, thanks for
Yeah.
joining.
Thanks, you wacky broad.
Hey, thanks for joining over here.
Seem like a pretty fucking cool chick.
Yeah.
Real classy dame.
These are our characters. It's Tommy.
No,
Tommy
this is me.
Meatball.
This is actually me. The guy I've been doing on this fucking podcast is like actually like a whole character. This is how I really am.
Oh, what a nuanced character that would be.
That'd be really good, actually.
Yeah.
If this was just a character,
Tommy Meatball was just running like Patrick Wall as a character. Yeah, this is my character. He's like a Brazilian American, grew up in Louisiana.
all right.
He's been in like physical labor for a long time. He's also
are we
a
about to
bartender.
start rolling? I got to get in character real quick. Okay, hang on.
I got to get my non-regional dialect together.
Yeah. All right, let me try a couple fucking takes real quick. Fuck. I'm not feeling it today. Hang on. Give me 1 second just to recenter.
I wish we were filming this.
Hey, I'm Patrick Wall. Good to see All right, I got it. Hit fucking record, Drew.
What's funny is I only met you in January, so you could have been pulling my chain for this long. I'd be mad impressed.
Like a year of just Tommy Meatball pretending to be somebody else. That'd be fun.
I love that his name is Thomas Meatball in this
No,
scenario.
just Tommy.
It's like
His legal name
T-O-M-M-I.
is Thomas.
T-O-M-M-I.
T-O-M-I. I like T-O-M-I
It's
better.
Tommy.
Tommy.
Iommi.
Hey, my dad wasn't so good at fucking spelling, okay? Fucking shoot me about it.
Shoot me about it?
That's my
Hey,
catchphrase.
shoot me about it.
Hey, you never heard my fucking catchphrase before? Fucking shoot me about it. You don't like it? Shoot me about it. How about that?
T-shirt.
You don't like it? Shoot me about it. That's a great delete everything t-shirt.
That's not bad.
Tommy Meatball. Fucking shoot
Actually,
me about
I think it is time that we really buckle down on the fucking t-shirts. It's been like a year now. So I think merch is a must.
Yeah.
I'm still okay. People at home, we're gonna ballpark a couple of, maybe we won't do it right now, but coming up here shortly, we'll be ballparking some merchandise ideas. My personal favorite, right? My t-shirt idea.
I already know what it is.
You know what it is. Again, I've said it many, many times. It's just 4 words with periods at the end of each word: comedy, history, peenie, vagini. All just down the front, and then on the back, delete everything podcast.
I mean,
So-
that is,
Comedy, history, peenie, vagini.
that is a through line through the entire...
That's it. It's my slogan. It's my catchphrase.
So you guys know
which
this
I never
about me.
actually use. I noticed that I don't have a use for
Beanie Vagina.
my catchphrase. It's not like dynamite, like I don't have like a peenie.
You don't
vagini.
use it outside.
Nobody lays anything down. I'm like, peenie vagini over there.
Hey, Peenie Vagini.
I just decided it was my catchphrase in the first episode, and it has been.
it has stuck around much to my chagrin.
I still haven't figured out what it is. Like, what is the thing?
My favorite use of it was the episode we were all in the boats, or like the floating micronation.
Micro-
Oh, yeah,
Micronations,
it's
yeah.
the nation of Vaginistan or whatever. Yeah.
That's right. Oh God, I don't fucking remember what I was gonna say, but you know what we can do?
Huh.
It would be really cool.
What?
You know how like on Instagram you could do a post and have people vote?
Yeah.
We could do a couple of get some artwork done and put them up there and have people vote on which ones.
That's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
How about it?
I like
We
it.
can
And
do
that'll
that
be the
on
first one.
Instagram. You can do that on YouTube. As
Yeah, cool.
well.
That's a good idea.
You can do it on Patreon. You can do polls.
Yeah.
So
You're welcome, guys.
good idea.
Do we know anybody that's like designed dope ass metal band shirts?
No. Well, so what I was going to say about your shirt is you guys know that I'm typically either plain t-shirt, simple design, or if it's got words on it, it's probably a band tee.
Right. He's
That's
wearing a dope ass black and white high
We're a
on
band.
fire shirt.
Yeah.
We're a band.
We're an American band. We're coming to your town. We're gonna party down.
We're technically a band.
Anyway, so
That's right. Yeah, we've released a song.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that
Well,
shirt,
actually, we've released 2.
We've
It's like-
released 2 songs.
well, and one has multiple versions, so
Yeah.
we got a remix in there.
we got several remixes.
So, like,
Remember when
you're-
I
Fuck yeah.
put a lot into
Yeah, I do.
into changing the theme all the time.
But so
I don't do
your
that.
We still
your
need-
favorite
we still
shirt,
need at least
Riley,
one metal one.
your favorite shirt
Yeah. Comedy, history, peenie, vagini.
is
I might get that tattooed.
I would
on me.
never wear that because it just
I mean, most of
so
the stuff,
my favorite shirt,
What,
favorite shirt idea.
You wouldn't
that's in my head.
wear the comedy, history, peenie, vagini shirt?
No. But my favorite shirt idea that I've
Hey,
had,
fuck you.
my favorite goddamn motherfucking shirt idea that we've had is the white tee with just the black and white fucking Roman guy, just like the Roman statue,
Yeah. Roman Polanski.
holding, and this is the only part that's colorized. He's holding a cabbage.
Yeah.
With like a purple crazy straw coming out, going into his mouth.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I couldn't wear a white shirt though. I would just get it dirty.
Yeah, I mean, I don't wear white shirts really ever either.
My favorite is still the kickflip.
Oh yeah.
That's Mike's design.
Henry the Eighth.
Yeah.
Oh, is that a Mike thing?
Yeah. It was. Well, he's the one who sent us like the fucking.
I don't think I ever saw that picture.
He sent us. Yeah, Michael sent us the thing. He did the because part of my notes were Henry VIII was a pretty radical dude.
Yeah,
And I was like, not like a
radical dude,
he was politically radical. Anyway, we should.
Hey, you guys, send us your ideas, and we'll do a poll coming up here this week.
Well, we should do this episode because we're still. I feel like we're still in Patreon mode right now. We should probably switch it.
I feel the fugue like trying to wash over me.
So this week we are doing. By the way, 1, Happy Veterans Day. 2, this was a listener suggestion from longtime listener, great friend of the show, Danny. This was she suggested this one long time ago.
What's up, Danny?
So
We are doing the history of the nuclear testing on Bikini Atoll.
dun dun dun.
Is it atoll or atoll?
I've always said atoll.
I said
Atoll?
atoll.
Or atoll.
I feel like atoll's too close to asshole.
Yeah. So it was atoll.
It was kind of an asshole situation. So.
It
was
It's
kind of
it's
asshole.
atoll.
Yeah.
Atoll.
Atoll?
It's taking a toll on me.
Yeah. Anyway, so what we're talking about is the nuclear testing,
Here.
bomb testing.
Atoll.
That's not even
Atoll.
close to correct. I don't believe what
Yeah,
your
the
phone.
fuck?
Yeah. Leave your fucking Samsung ass bullshit out of here. All right. So.
He's such a classist.
So if you don't know about Bikini Atoll, that's fine. We're about to tell you. But it is in the Pacific Ocean near the Marshall Islands. It's a part of the Marshall Islands.
It is a beautiful, pristine land where the ladies dance about in bikinis. It's nothing but fun in the sun, bikinis and sunscreen as far as the eyes
Which is why
can
they
see.
named it Bikini Atoll.
It's exactly why.
I actually know why they named it. We'll get into that. So this is basically,
You can get a hell of a sunburn there, I'll tell you.
Jesus Christ. So the Marshall Islands are in the Pacific. They're sort of like a chain of like these small, there's a lot of coral and stuff like that. They're coral atolls.
Yeah.
And they're like in the Central Pacific. And so this is a story about one of those islands that was, had people living on it.
This is a story all about how their lives got flipped, got
Man named
tossed
Brady?
upside
Yeah,
down.
it did. It sure did. This is a story of a girl who lived on Bikini Atoll.
That's my joke.
Yeah, I know.
This is the story of Bikini Atoll.
So, but what it ended up going from, a tropical paradise to
In a radiated wasteland.
basically a warning about how maybe we don't need to invent everything.
Yeah, Bikini Atoll, this story is something that I've heard about for a long time. I thought about it for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
I think I first learned about it when I was like a teenager.
Yeah.
And it really is, to my mind, it's the greatest example of like the what hath God wrought of
Yes.
contemporary nuclear
Like I
powers.
said, this is a great example of maybe we don't need to invent everything.
I mean, like, about, of course, like Fukushima in Japan
Mm-hmm.
and like the irradiated waste in that
Yep.
area, and about 3 Mile Island, and about
Chernobyl.
Chernobyl and other sites like that. Bikini Atoll, though, is being a nuclear testing site. There were plenty of testing sites. There's a bunch in Nevada. There are a bunch of California.
Yeah.
This
They did
is
one in New Mexico.
yeah. This is the only one that was heavily populated before the test.
Not heavily, but populated.
Well, it's just an atoll. It's got like fucking it's like 23 islands, but all very, very close. You can
Yeah.
essentially walk to each one over the coral reefs. It's just a ring of islands.
I don't know how your feet would look after that, but sure.
Oh, you wear coral shoes.
Little booties.
I don't know. The natives.
Riley's sitting on the beach putting on his aqua socks. Time to go next island. So before World War II, right? So before the 40s, it was a pretty quiet little community of about 160 people. We call them Marshallese people, right? People from the Marshall Islands. And it was a very sort of traditional Pacific Island sort of nation. You know what I mean? Like Polynesian people, right? Central Pacific, Polynesian people, 160 of them living on this island very traditionally, right? Just a lot of fishing, coconuts, that's about it. Fish and coconuts, and maybe growing some rice and some shit.
The land area of Bikini Atoll is only like 5.5 to 6 square kilometers.
Yes. Yeah.
You know,
It's
so
small.
it's a small area.
It is. It is.
Of course, there are still like 600 areas of like lagoon, or 600 square kilometers of lagoon in the middle.
Right.
Yeah, so I mean, there was plentiful fish, lots of resources. You know, like there's enough to eat for several hundred people.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah,
of course. Well, especially if you live in harmony with the lagoon and the ocean and the land, like
for time immemorial,
like
generation upon generation,
like people did for probably thousands of years before we invented a thing.
Right. Just a thing.
By the way, the population there was governed by matrilineal clan systems.
Yeah.
So females in charge and sort of their lineage.
You guys have talked about this before, though, where that's actually pretty common in a lot of parts of the world.
Common in a lot of parts of the world.
Yeah.
This sort of like idea that women should be in this position and men should be in that position, you know, position of power for the men and sort of homemaker for the mother, is a very sort of European concept. I mean, you go through a lot of Asia, the Pacific, Africa, all through Central and South America. And there was a lot going back into like indigenous tribes.
Yeah.
There was a lot of matriarchal societies through all of that. So there really is a very European concept that sort of with colonization and everything like that, just sort of spread like these things do.
There's a lot of artwork in general over the, you know, just found from prehistoric civilization or, you know, just pre-ice age or ice age, not pre-ice age, but ice age, like tribes that are very like obviously matriarchal, like it's areas of worship or caricatures or figurines or things that would be like, you know, obviously leaning towards just things pointing towards the fact that like matriarchs were the most common form of rulership.
Right. So the name bikini actually comes from the Marshallese word bikini with a P. P-I-K-I-N-N-I. Bikini.
Bikini.
Meaning surface of coconuts.
Ah.
Yeah. Pretty interesting, huh?
We got a lovely bunch of coconuts.
So some soldier heard that and he's like, yeah, it looks like you could wear bikinis out here.
So
and we're going to surf us some coconuts.
More on that later. So after World War II, right? So a lot of people assume that Bikini Atoll was pre-World War II.
Right.
It was not.
No, you'd figure it'd be gearing up towards, you know, dropping the bomb in Japan.
Exactly. So the bombing there happened after.
50s?
What's that?
Is it the 50s?
Well, there was one big one in the 50s.
Okay.
But no, it basically
It was summer of 1946.
Here's how it all went down, right? In terms of developing nuclear weapons, right? In 1938 was when we discovered nuclear fission. The Germans discovered nuclear fission, and that's when we realized, oh, if you splice these fucking atoms, then they go boom real hard, right? And then in the 40s, you know, after
split atom, go boom.
Yeah. And then in the 40s was when we developed here in the States the Manhattan Project, you know, which was this sort of secret wartime effort to turn this fission. And there was a lot of stuff in between from 38 to 45 when we actually succeeded in creating a nuclear bomb. But effectively, those are the end caps, right? Those are the bookends. And the Manhattan Project was super secret. Like we were like, we know that if we do this thing, that we can blow a bunch of shit up real good.
Yeah, Manhattan Project.
Figure it out.
Manhattan Project is covered pretty well in the movie Oppenheimer.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably the best.
I'm about to blow your mind. Haven't seen it.
It's okay. I'm not a huge Oppenheimer guy, honestly.
It's
it's a masterpiece of modern cinema, I guess. I didn't care for it that much.
It's good. It's not.
But it covers like the history of the Manhattan Project pretty well.
Yeah.
It does omit a few really important details, like there were multiple test sites when they were working on the Manhattan Project where things would go wrong and scientists died horribly.
Oh yeah.
There were multiple occasions of radiation poisoning and like
I think they used that as a plot point in The Watchmen.
Yes, they have. Yeah.
I know they did.
Yeah, so like there were multiple different sites where like, you know, some shit would get fucked up in the lab and a bunch of scientists would just essentially boil alive in the room.
Yeah, just melt.
Yeah, but they didn't cover that for some reason in Oppenheimer. You know what else they didn't show in Oppenheimer? A single Japanese person.
Oh my God.
Not one fucking time.
I don't like it. So the first actual nuclear detonation, first ever, right? Because again, if you're listening and you're like, well, why did we test those after World War II was over? Because that's when we started in Bikini Atoll was in, I think the first one we did there was 46.
Yeah, it's the
so a
summer
year,
of 1946.
Yeah, a year after.
with Operation Crossroads.
Right. Yes. So the first bomb.
Wasn't some of it like, well, let's see what it does in the water, and like if we detonate it in this condition, that condition. Okay.
That's very much what the purpose of this was, because so with the bombing in Hiroshima and Nagasaki, of course, it was like massive devastation. We got a lot of data out of that, right?
Yeah.
But there was not as much controlled testing as fucking egghead lab coat assholes would like out of something like that. It's not particularly easy to control the detonation of an entire city. So you get a lot of data, but it's not the data you really want for a controlled test subject. And an atoll is a perfect place to do double tests, because one, it's got land area, so you can do a surface detonation, but it also has its own ecology underwater in the lagoon area in the middle of the atoll.
Didn't Fat Man and Little
Fat Man and Little Boy,
yeah.
Weren't they both detonated in air too?
Yes, they were detonated above the cities.
Yeah.
Which is why those places are now livable. Like if it had detonated on the ground, it would still be
probably they were going to
irradiated.
want a massive crater.
Well, yeah.
But also, probably the ground.
I don't know how the
wouldn't
fallout
grow.
works. I mean, you can't imagine.
I read at some point that that's why people now live in Hiroshima again. For instance,
interesting.
It's because the detonation was in air. Also, it causes an EMP when it goes off in the air.
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
Anyway.
Well, so the first ever nuclear detonation was the Trinity test in New Mexico in 1945, right? That's the first time that we successfully detonated. That's Oppenheimer and, what does he say again? Now I am become death.
Yeah.
That was just...
Now I am become death,
Destroyer of Worlds.
Now I am become death, the Destroyer of Worlds.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was literally just weeks before we dropped the bombs in Hiroshima and Nagasaki.
And when they
weeks.
When they dropped the bombs in Hiroshima and Nagasaki, Oppenheimer went, "Fuck! I should have waited to say it."
Yeah, honestly, yes. So I mean, they sort of they had this test, right? They worked all this time and they had this test, and they said, "Okay, well, we've got proof of concept here, so let's send it out the door," right? But I mean,
well, it was a rush to end the war.
Yeah.
It was.
But it also a rush to get it done first and show the world you had it first.
It was a rush to end the war that was essentially over already, but we've gone over this before. Truman, why he did it versus why he didn't do it. There's a lot of political positioning, and it is a monstrous and horrific act. Yes.
The murder of hundreds of thousands of people, and pretty fucked up in general. But...
And by the way,
I'm not giving
Dan Carlin gives a way better assessment of that part of it.
Infinitely better than we could ever imagine doing.
Yeah.
But the way that I look at detonating those bombs is very much just it was like
Dan Carlin does fewer dick jokes than us, though. That's
quite a few fewer. He says a lot of shit about Darth Vader, though. He'll be like, and this evil empire you can think of is Darth Vader.
Yeah.
Just coming in swinging his big red dick. He doesn't say that, but
that's how we would do it.
That's how we would do it, yeah.
That's why we're better.
Imagine if his long red lightsaber was his actual cock.
Fiery, cutting through everything. I sound more like fucking Don LaFontaine when I do it, when I try to do Dan Carlin. Pacific War in the East. Yeah, the actual the detonation of those bombs was it was, to use a delete everything ism. It was a real cum thing. It was like something big had to happen to end the war. Just Hitler dying didn't quite cut it because it was just in a fucking a bunker somewhere. They didn't have any big fucking put a pin in it. Hey, we won this shit,
right? Yeah,
and it's a worldwide war. So they were Truman was very much just we need to fucking show everybody that we just knocked their dicks off, and so they knocked their dicks off.
Yeah. They did do that.
That's the way I take it. It's it was a big, hey, look at me, look what I can do.
Yeah. So the question ends up being,
look what I can do.
The question ends up being, so why after the war? Why Bikini Atoll? And I mean, honestly, it comes down to sort of, or at least the justification was studying long-term effects. But I mean, as we know,
that was cool. Let's do it again.
Yeah, I mean, as we know, literally
the big ones.
Almost the second World War II ended, we were already Cold War. It was like overnight, like one of our allies was our biggest fucking enemy. Like immediately.
There's the other thing too, because like we didn't win the war in Europe. Russia did.
Yes.
Russia won the war in Europe.
Absolutely.
So it was like, fuck, well, we're doing this other one, so we got to win bigger. We got to win harder. Yeah. We got to win.
I mean, we had a lot of boys die in Europe, but
I mean, it was obviously a contributing factor. I mean, like,
but if you want to compare it, even by population, even if you want to go per capita, compare it to Russia's numbers, and it wasn't because our fighting force was so much mo better.
No, it was a meat grinder.
We were tardy to the party. Russia was already engaged for years before we came in.
Yeah.
Or at least a couple years, you know.
Yeah.
And so and
they were doing that.
And
shit.
Russia was very front lines.
It's that famous story in Stalingrad that was like, well, we've only got one gun every 2 people, so you follow this guy with a gun, and when he dies, pick up the gun.
How about we're putting a bunch of teenagers into crop dusting planes, a bunch of teenage girls into crop dusting planes, and let's see what they can do.
Yeah, we're gonna night witch it.
Yeah, we're gonna.
It's a reference to our Night Witches episode.
It
which
is
probably still my favorite.
Yeah. Well, it's also
such a good episode.
It was a Patreon episode we just made a joke about. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, and that's all I can think of right now.
Yeah.
You just got to night witch it. They wanted to understand how nuclear weapons affected.
I forgot about that.
How nuclear weapons affected naval ships, naval equipment on those ships, and just kind of figuring out like radiation environments. They also, to your point, wanted to, because at this point, like in 1956, the Soviets are still playing catch up. I'm sorry, 46, yes, 1946. The Soviets are still playing catch up. So we kind of wanted to be like I said, overnight, now they're our enemies. Yeah. So what better way to big dick it than to go, hey, look, we have some to spare, guys.
Yeah, we have more. We're
Watch
gonna
this.
dick around with our fun, free atomic bombs we just got laying around.
Well, and thus the fucking whole concept of deterrence was born.
Yeah. Right. And so
have nukes to avoid nukes.
The fucking, God, what an intense concept to add to the world. I mean, obviously, there have always been deterrents to, every. It's it's the Batman Begins, like you use automatics or you use semi-automatics, you get automatics. But like, at a certain level, it's like, hey, I got a big fucking deterrent.
Yeah, like world-ending, apocalyptic.
Oh yeah,
used to be. It's just like, hey, we're gonna hold on to your kid for a while.
Yeah.
The most hilarious part is that I don't know if they just fooled themselves or this was just a propaganda line or what, but the most hilarious part is that it was billed as this is going to end all wars, guys. Like, how fucking naive do you have to be?
I mean,
they're not. It was bullshit.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know if they really fooled themselves into believing that or if it was. Fuck no.
I mean, without
These
again,
people have always been the same.
We're not a political podcast, but like, look at the state of things these days in terms of say like religion.
You want me to look at kids these days? Or
yeah,
what?
look at kids these days. No, look at things these days in terms of like religion intertwining with politics and things like that. I mean, how often is policy based on what could effectively be called superstition?
Right. Also, not a new thing.
Yeah, exactly. Like we were talking about like
as
how
old as time.
Beauty and the Beast.
Keep your religion out of politics.
But like every time I see political figures be like, well, God, I'm like, oh, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
So like it's not about naivete per se. It's more of like a policy thing. Like at the top, if somebody's like, hey, this will end all wars, anybody who's sycophantic enough under them, which at the time was all of the United States. Mm-hmm. All of America was sycophantic as fuck.
At the time or at this time?
There's...
Never mind.
But yeah, at the time, it was just like, go America, Captain America all the way,
well,
right?
with World War II, yeah.
Yeah, World War
100%.
II. So when somebody's like, this will end all wars, the whole country's like, guess it will, fuck yeah. Yeah.
Well, so they wanted to figure out, all these sort of how it affected naval vessels, equipment, how those environments sort of, reacted to this, et cetera, et cetera. Again, flopping our cocks out in front of the Soviets.
Yeah, look at our big fat
all
cock.
these things. And so we're like, so the American government said, okay, we need somewhere that's sort of remote. It's accessible, but isolated. We don't want something on the mainland like we did in New Mexico, right?
Yeah, that turned,
and we'll find out shortly
that turned
why.
Bad, that killed John Wayne.
What?
Do you not know about that?
Oh, that's right. He ended up getting cancer.
John Wayne did a movie called Oh, the Emperor or the Conqueror?
Yeah, shortly after.
Where he played Genghis Khan,
Yeah.
which was bad. It's a bad movie.
Yeah, and they filmed it in New Mexico.
It's like, me Genghis Khan, me come kill your people.
Hey there.
But yeah, they filmed
I'm
it. They filmed
Genghis
it in the
Khan.
Nevada desert,
Yeah.
and like within the next like 2
New
years,
Mexico.
New Mexico,
Yeah.
like within the next 2 years after that was filmed,
That's
every
right.
single fucking person on the crew
I did know
developed like lymphoma.
I did know that. So yeah, they were like, well, we need somewhere outside, because this is before we knew about John Wayne, but they wanted to do somewhere outside of the U.S. control, and under U.S. control, but somewhere outside of the mainland. We're going to find out why they wanted it outside of the mainland here shortly. But Bikini Atoll fit the bill, right? It's part of the Marshall Islands, which is part of the U.S., right? And it was sparsely enough inhabited that they were like, okay.
Oh shit! The movie was called The Conqueror, and it didn't come out until 1956. So it was actually like a decade after the New Mexico testing, and it was still irradiated enough to give everyone
Jesus
cancer and
Christ.
kill them.
So the U.S. went into the Marshall Islands, and I don't know how. I don't know if I want to know how, but if you want to look it up, I'll let you. They relocated the 160-ish Marshallese Bikini Islanders, and they were relocated to Rongerik Atoll, which, incidentally, we found out pretty quickly, was much smaller. So what was Bikini Atoll? 5-6 kilometers, square kilometers. So Rongerik was smaller and also lacked adequate food and water.
Yeah, for 167
Yeah.
people or whatever.
So
I actually do have some notes on the displacement and how this testing was set up.
yeah, good.
Is it good for me to pop in there?
Oh, of course.
Okay.
Riley and I are doing something a little we don't normally do.
You were
things this
you're
way.
doing get back and forth dual research. on
We've
this.
both been so fucking busy that like we're trying not to let the research suffer.
Yeah, Drew
as a
over here has
result.
just been lounging on his deck chair.
Yeah, and also
sipping on
editing
a virgin
hours and
pina
hours and
colada.
hours of our shit.
Hundreds of hours.
The hardest working man in show business.
James Brown?
That's me.
Operation Crossroads is what the Bikini Atoll testing was
Yes.
called. It was in the summer of 1946. So it's a pair of post-World War II nuclear test Bikini Atoll. One named Able.
We should describe Bikini Atoll.
Bikini
right.
Atoll is a circular atoll. It's a chain
Right.
of islands. I think it was like 30 islands.
Yeah, with a lagoon in the middle.
Yeah, with a lovely lagoon in the middle. But all the islands are connected by coral reefs, and they're very small islands. Like
Yes.
you get only 6 miles of
Yes.
land out of this entire area with a nice big lagoon in the middle. So it's
Right.
kind of like that movie, The Blue Lagoon. No, it's like very lovely. It's got sandy
if
beaches
you
and
look it up,
coconuts
it's
and
really
stuff.
cool. It's like this. It almost looks like a vagina, honestly.
Yeah, which is a great place for us to flop our big American cocks.
But yeah, it's like this. It's almost like you want the whole middle bit to be filled, but it's like this line of coral reef, like this thin line of coral reef all the way around, and then this big giant, really cool fucking blue lagoon in the middle. It's rad.
Yeah, super cool. So it was a great place to destroy. But okay,
Yeah,
so
why the fuck not?
there were 2 bombs we used. One was called Able, which was the air burst, just above the atoll, and then Baker, which is an underwater burst.
Yes.
The stated objective was to measure nuclear effects on naval vessels and equipment. So the Navy and the Atomic Energy Commission selected Bikini Atoll because of its remote lagoon and usable anchorage, because off the shore of Bikini Atoll as well, there were coral reefs and areas where they could dock the fleet and watch.
Right.
Which is an interesting thing that we can talk about a little bit.
Bet you pretty decent distance away.
Yeah, they had to get. They were a pretty decent distance away, and
and upwind.
well, let's just say they got the old John Wayne treatment out of this one. Okay, so the 167 Bikini Islanders were ordered to leave and were relocated to Rongerik Atoll, which was a forced displacement, and it caused a major hardship.
So you did look it up. I didn't want to know.
It was a major hardship, and like we're just talking forced displacement as like get on the fucking boat, asshole.
at gunpoint.
Move,
Yeah.
and it is.
So imagine native Pacific Islanders, Polynesians, if you will, who have for generations been living off of fish and coconuts and whatever,
wild pigs and goats and stuff on the atoll.
And now you've got a bunch of fucking army dudes.
They just pop up and they're like, "Hey, you got to get the fuck off of here."
Yeah, nuts.
You know, I'll bet you they were kind enough to have an envoy tell them sometime in advance, but Whether or not that was communicated properly is very unclear. So teams surveyed water depths and coral, and they figured out how to make room and clear channels for anchorage outside in the coral. Crews used explosives to remove coral heads and otherwise prepare the lagoon for a dense arrangement of target ships. So they put a bunch of false ships, or not false ships, but like they put ships without crew in the lagoon.
Because again, they wanted to test, naval
exactly.
Stuff like that.
A specially assembled target fleet was dozens of ships, battleships, carriers, cruisers, destroyers, transports, even like some captured Axis vehicles. They were gathered and anchored in concentric patterns in the lagoon to provide data on damage versus like the distance away from the bomb. Right. So the Navy arranged ships much more densely than normal anchorage doctrine to get a bunch of data points. So like they wanted data on like how the effect would, like how big the waves would be on the water, how the ships would get tossed, how they would affect clashing into each other.
How it affects this cage full of German POWs. How it affects this cage full of Japanese people. Well, we know enough about how it affects the Japanese.
Yeah, I think they got enough.
We got that data.
Technicians installed hundreds of like instruments.
What about Italians? Did they quit soon enough? Should we throw them over there?
They didn't care about the Italians. And like, really, honestly, once Mussolini was out of the picture, it was like it was in the book Catch-22.
Yeah,
there's this great character. He's like this lecherous old man.
I read that, but it was back in high school.
Fantastic.
I do not remember much about that novel.
Beautiful book. Really one of the best ones ever.
Yeah, it's a great book.
A great book. There's an old...
I did watch that movie.
That movie sucks. There's
Never saw it.
The Alan Arkin movie is pretty good. I'll say the George Clooney miniseries that they did on Hulu, Catch-22, a few years ago, that is absolute dog shit, and it made me really angry.
No, I didn't watch that.
Anyway, so there's an old Italian man in the book Catch-22 after Mussolini's displaced and like Americans are occupying Italy, and he pretty much tells Yossarian, the main character, he's like, listen, you guys can win wars or lose wars, whatever. I always win. And he's like, what do you mean? He goes, okay, Mussolini comes in, I clap for Mussolini. You come in, I clap for you. The fucking Germans roll through, I clap for the Germans. I'm on everyone's side, so I never lose. And then later in the book, he gets executed. So, technicians installed hundreds of instruments. You got pressure gauges, strain gauges, film and photographic gear, a bunch of meters and recording equipment to measure blasts and thermal effects and radiation. They put animals on the island. You get goats, pigs, a bunch of rats. They released wild rats onto the atoll. And they added like fish and stuff to the lagoon because
they destroyed the fucking the marine life
completely. Yeah. It just like they just added a bunch of shit, and like test vehicles and equipment were placed all over the target ships and on the land, and you know they did not give a fuck about this place. They knew they were destroying it. So a large.
Do you think? I mean, okay. Obviously, there were multiple chemists involved in the making of the atomic bomb. And those chemists knew about, chemical half-lives. Half-lives. Anyway, they had to have known about that.
Well, because they're not alive.
They had to have also known.
Be half-lives.
I don't know.
I think it's half.
Doesn't matter. They had to have also known that things like uranium and plutonium and cesium and all these like chemicals but I mean, I don't know how well known, or I don't know how much they knew about cancer at that point in time, and exactly what caused cancer and exactly what cancer was vis-a-vis cell mutation and all that stuff.
That is a very interesting point.
So the real question is, and I'm not, either way, you're dropping a big ass fucking bomb in a place that people live that you forcibly moved at. So either way, fucking nightmarish way to conduct yourself. Just honestly, fucking bravo for being a piece of shit. But
like really going hard on it.
Really went full throttle. If you didn't get a fucking trophy in the mail for that one, you got hosed. But I will say, do we think? I guess we don't have to be of one mind here, but do you think that sort of added, like, okay, we know these chemicals are bad for people. We know about chemical half-lives. Are we like complicit in what we're about to do to this entire area for a very long time?
I think it's a very interesting point to bring up. I don't know if it is even really a question though, because because nobody
was fucking with uranium in a lab trying to split that atom. Like after the first guy melted, they were probably like, hey, you know what? We need some but here, we need some cool suits.
You also have to figure it like this, okay? The results of atomic testing were essentially foregone conclusions. It's not like they combined a bunch of shit together, split the atom, put it into a bomb, and then exploded it, and were like, holy shit, it explodes. They knew what the fuck was going to happen because all the research and all the documentation, all the understanding of the materials they were using were in place. Every scientist in the Manhattan Project knew that these were cancer-causing elements.
Yeah.
Every single person knew that the radiation was going to be used to melt people. It was not like a... Hey, I was just thought it would be fun to dick around in a lab coat for a while.
I'm just curious because
knew.
at this point this was the testing.
And you could say like, okay, so cancer was
so how much do we know about the fallout? How do we know about the wind taking
Mary Curie died of cancer.
Yeah.
We knew that radiation
we
caused
didn't know
cancer.
about cancer, yes.
I think the half-life thing was also very well documented and understood. If it wasn't, they wouldn't have been able to use it because we know about it now. We know what a half-life is now, right?
Yeah.
Nothing that we have used in...
I wouldn't want to write a fucking book report on it or anything.
None of the nuclear elements that we've used ever at all on Earth have gone anywhere near their half-life yet. But we still know it exists. You know what I mean? It's not like they invented that technology post
none of those elements that would be used in an atomic bomb.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Like that half-life is thousands of years in the future.
It's a long fucking time.
Right? So, but we know it's going to be there, and it's not because we developed a special.
If you don't know about chemical half-life, because I don't know that everybody does, basically it is the number of years.
Dope-ass video game for MS-DOS in like 1997.
Basically, it's the number of years, so I'm going to just throw out some random numbers because I'm not looking them up right now, but like, let's say uranium, 200-year half-life, right? So that means for 1 milligram of uranium, it takes 200 years for that to go from 1 milligram to half a milligram. It takes another 200 years to go from half to a quarter. It takes another 200 years to go from a quarter to 12.5. It takes another 500,000 years to go from 12.5 to 6.25. You know what I mean?
Like, yeah, exactly.
And so it tapers off, but I mean, you're talking about a long fucking time.
Yeah. But all of that information was in place before we ever dropped a fucking bomb. It was never a revelation that it was going to... nothing was a revelation.
Right.
The point of the atomic testing...
Are we fucking boring you, Drew?
I think he's gasping in horror.
Yeah, that's it.
Nothing...
I've been up for a long time.
Nothing that we've discovered because of the testing in Bikini Atoll...
And fuck you. Yawning actually cools down your brain. It means I'm using my brain and thinking.
You yawn straight down the barrel, my dude. I can see your sound, your waveform from here.
Yawning down the barrel of a 45.
I don't want to hear anything about weird incidental noises from either of you. Thank you very much.
God damn it. Jesus. I don't like that.
Anyway, okay, so all right, fuck it. I digress. In general, I think a lot of we know a lot of things about radiation and cancer-causing materials from Germans and Japanese people.
Yes.
Like, they were kind of at the forefront of that because they were also at the forefront of splitting the shit.
Yep.
So they were literally giving people cancer and studying it for years before we ever got it. And it is not out of the realm of thought to say that we were probably doing the exact same goddamn thing. I just don't have any easily provable
hard
research.
evidence.
Yeah, I don't have any evidence in this country of that.
Well, we were busy, putting LSD in water supplies.
Yeah, we had other stuff. We had hookers to murder and shit. Like, we had all kinds of crazy stuff on.
Or to put on government payroll.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so we had all these meters and everything.
Climax.
A large support armada of...
Mountain Dew, midnight I'm sorry. Good. We had an armada of...
Go ahead. We had an armada, yeah.
Supporting.
You just Jiminy click me. Just go ahead. We had an armada.
What did we do with this armada?
So we had a large support armada of repair ships, supply ships, hospital ships. We had shore camps on nearby islands, temporary runways, staging areas were established. The operation hosted military personnel, scientists, civilian observers, and a large press corps.
Oh, God.
The tests were publicized and photographed extensively.
Oh, by the way, they were... The images and stuff shocked the entire world.
Yeah, and they are amazing.
Yeah. By the way,
frankly, I honestly feel like in a world that made more sense, the images of the bombs exploding over Bikini Atoll, just to watch them would drive us all to madness. I feel like if we were better creatures on this godforsaken rock, to see that would to make us all just fall screaming into madness.
I have the one. Oh, you go ahead, Drew, because I want to. We're gonna diverge. Once
better
I say this
world, I would say that would make us all really strive much harder
to never use this thing?
Yes, for peace or...
Well, I mean, you know what? We haven't since, so maybe there's a case to be made there. But also, nuclear proliferation has gone insane since then. But now it's more of a, well, we can't to them because they have some, or they're friends with some people who have some.
And I mean, how many times since then have fingers been hovering over the fucking buttons?
That's a number we'll never know.
You guys want to talk for a second?
Think.
You guys want to talk for a second about...
Well, not that one time that Clinton lost the nuclear football.
You guys talk for a second about how fun it's been to live our entire lives under the constant threat of annihilation.
By the way, back to the point of sort of, you mentioned the press corps and everything, and we got a bunch of images and crazy and these things were published around the world. So our whole goal of getting the Soviets to be like, oh shit, we got to hurry this shit up, guys, worked. But also, and this is probably the only fun fact that I have for this episode, that same summer, a French designer made a brand new, never before seen, two-piece swimsuit that he believed would cause an explosion in fashion as dramatic as the atomic tests. Do you know what he named that two-piece swimsuit?
Hold on. I can do this. The Comrag.
Frederick. I don't know. He named it the Bikini.
Because it'll make you explode in your pants.
So unlike what most people think, Bikini Atoll was named Bikini.
Oh, you know what?
Then we started calling it Bikini when it became a
Bikini
US
over here.
Yeah. And then after that same summer that we did the two tests, Test Able and Test Baker, by the way.
I've already mentioned that.
Did you?
Yep.
Oh, I didn't remember you naming them both. But yes, 24 days apart. And all this it was like headline news around the world. That same summer, this French designer, Louis Rayard, designed the bikini and named it after Bikini Atoll.
Do you think
and they made a song about it?
I got a one-eyed one. No, that's not it. It's a itsy bitsy teeny weeny, itsy bitsy teeny weeny yellow polka dot bikini
that she wore for the first time today.
And she wore for the first time today.
Just today.
Fuck that song.
I wonder.
Just put it on today.
I wonder if he named it that because he's like, hey, I want to show you a couple of warheads with this one.
Talk about coconuts, huh?
Oh, boobs.
That's a French guy, by the way. That's my French guy impression.
Talk about the coconut. Huh?
Hey, you want to see coconut? You like coconuts, huh? I just designed this swimsuit for the girls on the beach, and
so the bombs used implosion type plutonium devices. They were the same basic design as the Fat Man that was dropped over Nagasaki.
Mm-hmm.
Able, which is the one that exploded above,
yes,
was prepared for an airdrop from a B-29. Baker was adapted for underwater detonation, and it was suspended at a set depth. Delivery methods, like the airdrop for Able and an underwater placement for Baker, required a lot of rehearsals, instrumentation to locate ground zero, different points of rigging for underwater detonation. Dress rehearsals, including model tests, were run. Meteorologists were consulted for wind-sea conditions, radiological monitoring plans.
So they did know about upwind, downwind, fallout.
100%. Yeah, absolutely.
Wow.
I mean, fallout has always been
evaporation
a great
into clouds.
Yeah.
I was gonna make that joke.
Yeah. Just radioactive fallout has always been an issue. We've had bomb fallout for forever. Just like basic napalm and shit like that. That'll have fallout depending on meteorological conditions. It would be stupid as shit to think that like you're blowing up a massive fuck bomb that'll destroy a whole city and just be like, yeah, it's probably gonna be fine. If it's windy, it won't be a big deal, right? Yeah. They might not have realized that it was going to bring a radioactive wind that would boil your insides with it, but pretty safe bet.
I'm surprised. I don't know why this popped in my head, but I'm surprised they didn't blow the fuck out of Antarctica or something.
Oh, because they didn't want to upset the Tartarians.
That's true. Is that where
the Tartarians never came from Antarctica? They didn't want to.
They weren't from Antarctica.
They
you
didn't want
ignorant fuck. That's Agartha.
They did. Yeah, they didn't want to fucking disturb Agartha. They didn't want to start a war with Agartha. Did you not hear Sasquatch and Tupac and fucking?
As we know,
Amelia
Agartha Brooks no
Earhart.
insults.
Tupac's a fucking truck driver. What are you talking about?
They all live down there. You want to start shit with them? Rougarou? He's down there. That's where he comes from. Hometown.
Paranormal detective Lou Garou. Okay. So
Wait, was that a real thing or is that a thing we made
came up with that.
Okay.
There were dress rehearsals, meteorologists were consulted, radiological monitoring, decontamination procedures were drafted, though some hazards, especially underwater
so they
contamination.
knew exactly what they were doing.
Well, I mean, some of the underwater contamination was underestimated for sure because
When they watched 40,000 fish float to and 84 whales, and
also the idea that they
oh my god,
what they
Just,
may
float
have,
up from the bottom,
what they may not have
cartoon X's over their eyes and shit.
well, what they may not have expected was that the blast would vaporize 40 million tons of water instantly.
40 million tons.
The entire lagoon vaporized.
Wow.
Yeah, until water rushed back in, it was a complete void. So it's just instantly aerolized, like aerosolized fucking fish, and just radioactive coral in the air.
I wonder just like the displacement of water molecules, like even just that part, what effect that had.
I wonder what,
just like the atmosphere.
Yeah.
I mean, well,
I wonder what one of those fish. I wonder what his last thought was.
Is under the. But during atomic bombs in general, massive thunderstorms develop.
Yeah,
because like the evaporation of everything, the amount of energy that's just gone into the air, the charge of all the molecules, all the electrons going fucking nuts, lightning all over the place. I mean, it's a fucking hellscape. It creates a hell on Earth that is inescapable.
100%.
Yeah. So any pictures you ever see of nuclear testing, you look around because that shit's way above the clouds.
Yeah.
When you see like the mushroom cloud. Yeah. Right, if you look closer,
it parts the clouds.
If you look closer to the base, you will see like a massive gap in the clouds, but the clouds around the rim are just swirling with fucking dark energy, essentially. Yeah, it's unleashing.
It's fucking sorcery.
It is. It's a horrifying sorcery. Yeah.
I really legitimately I'm trying to, okay, maybe not a fish, maybe a porpoise.
Arguably,
do you think
maybe a sentient being.
Do you think they see air?
What do you mean?
If you're an underwater creature.
Yeah, you can see air too.
I don't see air.
Well, you can't see water either unless it's in juxtaposition of air.
I can see water.
Not if there's no air around.
If I'm underwater, I can't see air.
Well, if you're underwater, you can't see water.
What the fuck are we talking about?
We can see water, but we don't see air.
Have you ever thought of that? When you're underwater,
can fish see
you
air?
can open your eyes. It might be blurry.
How do you know?
You can't see the fucking water.
What?
If you're underwater, you might have blurry vision, but you cannot see the water. It's invisible. The only thing you can see is where the water meets the air because of the differential pressure.
I guess, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Not a maybe.
I don't know. Agree to disagree.
You can see shit in the water, just like you can see shit in the air. You see smoke and stuff like that, but like...
I'm just thinking of it like a dolphin just swimming around, minding his fucking business, and he's looking up and like, hey, what the fuck is that? and then boom, he's fucking powder.
Yeah, there you go.
He's
like the
dolphin
movie,
powder.
Movie powder.
God, that popped in my... We're becoming the same person. That popped in my head,
the
too.
mind meld. Abel was dropped. I mean, they were both dropped within the month of each other. Or Abel's dropped. One is
24 days apart. Yeah,
and Baker is just positioned. But Abel was dropped on the 1st of July, 1946. The airdrop detonated above the fleet, or about the mock fleet.
Mm-hmm.
It missed the aim point and caused somewhat less damage than expected. Actually, you can look at you can look at pictures. You can see the
still massive, but I mean,
they
less
were
than what
aiming.
we wanted.
They were aiming for directly in the center of the fucking lagoon. What they ended up exploding over was was more like closer to a part of the land area, and it did cause like an indent that's a bit of a crater.
Was it further up toward the clitoris or further down toward the birth canal, like the bottom?
It was very vulvic. Yeah.
Okay. Was it perineum or clitoris?
It was just 2 clicks west of the pubic mound. So yeah, it somewhat less damage than expected. On the 25th of July, 1946, they detonated Baker underwater, and the underwater detonation produced a massive column, and it caused heavy radioactive contamination of ships and lagoon water all over the fucking place. Like, the amount of water that went into the atmosphere is ungodly. The Navy found many target ships so contaminated that decontamination proved impractical. Because of Baker's contamination problems, the planned third test, which was Bomb Charlie, was just canceled. They were like, well, that was fucked.
Well, we came back around.
Scientists carried out extensive sampling of air, water, the ships, the animals, the personnel. They attempted decontamination of some ships, but discovered persistent contamination, especially from the underwater burst. The results significantly influenced later test planning, and it raised questions about fallout and environmental and human impacts. Subsequent test series, like Operation Castle in 1954, including the Bravo shot, which is another very famous nuclear test, produced even larger yields and farther-reaching fallout.
You talking about Castle Bravo?
Yeah.
That was also at Bikini Atoll.
In the same spot? I thought that it was at a different part of the Marshall Islands.
May I? You want to hand the baton over? Or finish your point, and then I'll.
I'll do a short summary of the most important effects here. The operation demonstrated warship vulnerability data, but also produced unexpected and severe contamination. And yeah, just raised a lot of human concerns about exactly how fucked you would be if too many of these went off.
Right. Yes.
Essentially what the results came out to was, well, this impacted so much of this part of the world, even being so isolated, that if they drop this exact same thing in Central Europe, it's essentially that's Europe fucked.
Not so much yet on those two. So there was a lot of anti-nuclear sentiment that came out of those two, but most of the world was just in awe. They were like, oh, "Look what we can do now! Oh my god!"
Well, I'm just saying more
this will end all wars.
Like the immediate effects are just worth noting, and then I'll switch it right over to you.
Okay.
So Able, it incinerated vegetation on nearby islets through thermal radiation and shock. Coconut palms were scorched. They were stripped of leaves. Trees fell over. The underwater explosion ejected millions of tons of water, sand, and coral, and created this radioactive slurry that coated the lagoon and the surrounding reef. So it wasn't just water all over the place. It was
radioactive waste.
It was radioactive sludge.
Yeah.
And fish guts and shit.
It was the stuff that makes Toxic Avenger.
Yeah, exactly. It was literal radioactive waste coating every inch of the fucking island.
It was the stuff, it was what comes out of a barrel in Return of the Living Dead and asks for brains.
The lagoon became highly radioactive. Plankton, fish, crustaceans, corals in the blast area had acute radiation poisoning. Bioaccumulation began quickly. Radioactive isotopes like cesium-137, strontium-90, which sounds like a condom, and plutonium-239 all entered the food chain in that area.
Absolutely.
So, post-test surveys by U.S. Navy biologists found most coral heads within about a kilometer of the Baker crater were destroyed.
Yeah.
Reducing the reef to a sterile rubble zone.
Jesus.
Lagoon fish population dropped dramatically. Surviving fish often showed lesions and genetic abnormalities.
God damn.
Recolonization was super slow, partly because the lagoon remained radioactive and completely altered. The fine radioactive fallout from the tests settled onto the island's soils and plants. Many coconut palms, breadfruit trees, pandanus, and other fruits died or showed leaf burn, stunted growth. Insects and land crabs that were very important in the island's food web accumulated radioisotopes, which persisted for years till this very day.
God damn.
Yeah, it's fucked. So hand it out to you.
Oh, cool. I'm so excited. So the nuclear test that you mentioned, Castle Bravo, was actually the first hydrogen bomb test, right?
Yes.
8 years later, plenty of time to accumulate a lot of data, right? 8 years later in 1954 was sort of the most infamous moment of this history of testing a Bikini Atoll. On March 1st, 1958, almost 8 years later, right?
My favorite year.
What?
Hey, I'm sorry, 1954. 1954.
Fuck, hate 1954.
Wait, are you serious?
No, I have no.
Okay, whatever.
The U.S. detonated Castle Bravo, a bomb, the first hydrogen bomb, 1,000 times more powerful than Hiroshima.
Fuck my ass.
1,000 times. It yielded 15 megatons.
What's the name of that bomb? Do you know?
Castle Bravo.
That's Castle Bravo.
Yes.
And they get bigger than that at some point too, don't they?
Well, this is the largest U.S. nuclear explosion ever.
Okay.
I think Russia might have done a bigger one.
That one was Johnny Bravo.
Hey, thank you very much. Hey, mama.
Do the monkey with me.
Do the monkey. So this blast vaporized actual parts of the island. All that coral that died in the other two, this bomb turned the fucking coral into glass.
Damn.
The nuclear fallout spread out over 7,000 square miles.
Quick aside, largest nuclear explosion was the 1961 detonation of the Soviet Union's Tsar Bomba.
Yeah, how many megatons was that?
50 megatons.
50.
Was that like a Siberian fucking like wasteland experiment that flattened a bajillion trees and shit?
This one was,
Probably.
Castle Bravo was 15. That's
Castle
50.
Bravo.
Fuck my ass.
And 15 is 1,000 times Hiroshima.
Castle Bravo is still the second.
God,
But
dude.
that's fucking insane.
What the fuck is wrong with us?
I don't know.
What the fuck is wrong with some humans, dude?
In regards to
Nobody was like, hey, no.
Oh no, dude, no.
No, we're not doing that.
All kinds of people were like, if you look through the recorded history of people going like, "Hey, stop doing this," it's massively extensive. It's just that you find that people who have like a particular type of power. What we were talking about with fucking Monopoly, the Monopoly experiment. People that have a particular kind of power think of themselves as responsible in some way for the future of the world and the way they deem it to be fit. So they'll take things to this next level of like the highest possible stakes because they're like, well, that's my mission from God, right?
I mean, we talked about this a few episodes ago.
Which is, I believe, Dumber and Piss. I think we can all agree. Yeah.
This is interesting. Tsar Bomba, coming up on the anniversary of it, October 30th, which is also my daughter's birthday.
Okay.
But most powerful man-made explosion ever recorded. Its yield was 50 megatons, which is over 3,300 times more powerful than the bomb dropped on Hiroshima. The blast's effects were immense, causing a shockwave that was felt for hundreds of miles and breaking windows 560 miles away.
Fuck, dude.
Fucking hell.
Anyway.
The fact that there were windows 560 miles away is also concerning because that means there are people 560 miles away.
Yeah.
And if Castle Bravo had fallout for 7,000 square miles,
dude.
Yeah, I think it's worth noting that on our horror episode, I talked about how October 30th in Detroit is reflected as Devil's Night.
That is true.
So that as the anniversary of Tsar Bomba, it may be, I don't know.
My daughter's birthday.
And we just talked about how it's all weird magic alchemy. I'm pretty sure that Satan is on Earth, and he's here to fuck us all.
Sadie is my spooky child.
There you go.
So obviously, 7,000 square miles of fallout. Closer you are to that epicenter, more fucked you are, which means every fucking Marshallese resident on any of the nearby atolls, and incidentally, a Japanese fishing crew of the Daigo Fukuryu Maru. Daigo Fukuryu Maru. I can always say it right when I do it.
Yeah, it's the one that found
voice.
Godzilla.
By the way, that translates to Lucky Dragon number 5, which
it's the one that found Godzilla.
Which is the combination platter that I normally order when I go to the hibachi place. I'll have a Lucky Dragon number 5 and a large hot sake, please.
Boop. We at Delete Everything do not endorse shit like that.
Daigo Fukuryu Maru. Yeah, so all those people were close enough to the fallout that they all got severe radiation sickness and died with their lungs melted out. This, by the way, the fallout scandal on this, not even so much the bomb, but the scandal from the fallout and all the people who got radiation sickness and died. That's what really, on this Castle Bravo, shocked people all around the world. And that really intensified like anti-nuclear movements.
Can I, just to bring up a personal point, I read the book Hiroshima in America. I don't have it pulled up right now, so I don't know the authors, but it's called Hiroshima in America. I read that in high school, and I think it was always one of the most impactful books I ever read, because it is just a very...
Is that about people in America reacting to?
It is about America developing bombs and before and then after. So it's, it's Manhattan Project, Oppenheimer, and then also, so the second half of the book is the reaction to, and then like the societal reaction post-war from then on, essentially. And to me, it was just like a really, really striking and interesting book. And it was the first time that I realized that like we're living in an utterly different world than you know, my grandparents were born into. Like it's just it is just a not just like a things are different now. It's like, no, it's like if we lived on a fantasy planet, say Lord of the Rings, right? Mm-hmm. Right? The ring thing hadn't worked out with Frodo and all them, right? And then Saruman returns to his human form and then blows up Rivendell. Sauron. Yeah, sorry. Sauron and Saruman become a fusion butt baby.
He was a wizard in a human body,
Yeah, and then he fucking blows up Rivendell And
What?
I just think he was a wizard in a human body.
and fucking
That's all I
and
said.
then ghosts and demons and shit live in the clouds and the land is scorched and dark forever.
Yeah.
That's like what we live in at this point.
Right.
Not to be overly dramatic about it. It's like, I mean, we already live on like a fantasy planet.
Like turning the Southlands
You know?
into Mordor.
Yeah, exactly. It's a goddamn nightmare. And not to say that the world is completely ruined, but all right, when I think of like AI stuff,
Where the fuck else are we going to go?
I think of like AI stuff and all that, and I'm like, oh, the world is different now. It's like, no, you can turn off your phone, you can ignore that shit. It's whatever. But you can never ignore the fact that we are dealing with governments on the planet that can blow this bitch up at any point.
Yeah.
At any point. It
Yeah.
could be any moment of any
And by
day.
the way, what comfort is it to any of us if, like, knowing that, well, yeah, sure, but if they do that to us, we'll do it back to, like, how does that help me?
Too late. It's too late.
How does that help me at all?
It's fucking war games, you know? The only winning move is not to play. So yeah, like the land that we live in now is fundamentally changed forever in a way that we can't like ignore. I mean, like you can turn off the news, essentially. You can put the newspaper away, you can turn your phone away, throw it into a lake, whatever.
Sure.
And even function in a way that it's going to be difficult, but you can function in society without ever having to fucking go online or hear about like political discourse, shit like that. But you can never ignore the fact that like an insurmountable demonic force can crush and destroy the planet at any time.
I mean, yeah. And by the way, if you're doing all those other things, then you're just, there's a word for it, but my brain's been awake for too long.
Escapism?
No, when you're deliberately being stupid.
You're being an asshole, a stupid asshole.
I'm going to listen.
Yeah, being a stupid asshole.
I'm going to listen to this whenever it's edited, and I'm going to go, God damn it.
An avoidant dickhole.
Yes, sir. Willfully
fucking-
ignorant. Willfully ignorant.
There you go.
Those are the words I was looking for.
So like everybody, never mind.
So in February of 1946, I'm sorry, are you good for me to go to my next segment? Are you still working?
Sure. No, go ahead.
Cool.
Go ahead.
I'll take the baton for a second here.
Yeah?
Nuclear, bad. Only bad can happen.
Ladies and gentlemen, Drew Bowlby. That's our guy.
I did my own research.
Only bad happen. In February of 1946.
It can't good happen.
It can't good happen.
It
Only
can't good
bad.
happen. Only bad happen.
In February of 1946 was when U.S. Navy Commodore Ben Wyatt. This little document here is interestingly slanted.
Okay.
Asked the 167 Bikini Islanders to leave their
Stop
home
it.
temporarily,
Yeah.
so that the atomic test could be conducted for the good of mankind and all wars. The Bikinians agreed reluctantly, not knowing what the fuck war was,
Right.
believing that they could return soon.
They agreed reluctantly, meaning they were like, no, we're not fucking
Yeah,
going
I don't
anywhere.
wanna
And
go
somebody
anywhere.
put a
Who
fucking
the fuck
automatic
are
weapon
you?
in their face,
What
and they
are
were
you-
like, oh, okay, we'll go.
Who are you? What are you, an alien? Get the
Yeah.
fuck out of here.
What are you wearing? Put on a grass skirt, you fucking heathen.
So they moved to Rongerik Atoll, about 125 miles away. About 125 miles away, which is not enough.
No.
I would say no.
But it's smaller and had limited food and water resources, and within months, they suffered from hunger and malnutrition because Rongerik had poor soil and its lagoon was essentially barren.
Cool.
So
Way to do the research, Commander, whatever the fuck, who told them to leave.
that is U.S. Navy Commodore Ben Wyatt. He didn't give a fuck.
Dipshit McFuckface.
Yeah. After 2 years of hardship, the U.S. Navy recognized the Rongerik settlement was falling apart, and in 1948, the Bikinians were relocated again. First, temporarily to Kwajalein Atoll, and later to Kili Island in 1949. Kili is a single small island with no lagoons and is constantly battered by heavy surf, which prevents fishing and boat travel.
Amazing.
It's a pretty sharp contrast to Bikini's large, calm lagoon that they lived on so peacefully. The people became dependent on imported food aid, which is a situation that still persists today, which actually you see a lot in a lot of islands. Because
Well, not for the last month or so.
Well, that's true. Not a lot of aid going anywhere for the past month. So.
Yeah.
For some reason. I don't know. We're not a political podcast. So post-World War II, a lot of populations from different islands were relocated to islands that they weren't native to, because we had this sort of consensus that was just like, hey, fucking one island's like another island. I don't know what the fuck. You got coconuts? You got
You
coconuts.
came from this island, go to
Yeah,
this one.
fish in the water, coconut on the tree. What do you fucking want from me? But like these people had lived on these islands for hundreds, if not thousands of years, and were perfectly adapted to their islands. Like their population was controlled in the right way. Their diet was reflective of what was possible on that island. So when they get moved to one that's like, I don't know, 50, 60 miles away, it just has a completely different ethos.
I think that anybody who's willing to make that decision, I should get to go to their house and tell them that they have to move right now to a place that I picked.
Yeah, exactly. So you got to move to...
Yeah,
you got to move into an apartment now. Like you've lived in a nice big house your whole life for generations.
Yeah.
You got to move into this.
You have
shitty
to move
like,
from your fucking oceanside mansion to this fucking piece of shit shack in fucking lowland, swampy Mississippi.
Yeah. So after years of new U.S.
and if you argue,
well, fucking
then shut the fuck up because you're not going to ask those people to do
that.
shit.
Drop them in fucking like the projects in Baltimore.
So the bikini.
Drop them in the fucking crater of Mount Doom.
The Bikini natives have a really fucking rough go of it. So like this is kind of the crux of the story, and it sucks real bad. So everybody just get ready for it. After years of U.S. nuclear testing ended in 1958, President Lyndon B. Johnson announced the people of Bikini could return home.
Did he do that while he was on the toilet taking a shit in front of somebody?
Yeah, probably. And swinging his big hog around.
If you have not listened to Inconsequential Presidents, now's a good time to go back to the back catalog.
He liked to take steamers in front of people, and he liked to swing his big dick out.
Yeah. Take a piss in the fucking... Apparently the White House had a parking lot back then. He'd just piss in the parking lot.
Yeah, and he'd say, yeah, take it in.
Did they tear that down recently too?
The parking lot?
God damn it.
I have comments on that. We can talk off mic.
And shall.
Speaking of Mike, it's a conspiracy theory. So. Okay.
What's up, Mike? You still around?
He's around. I just talked to him today. So after years of U.S. nuclear testing, in 1958, President Johnson announced the people of Bikini could return home. We're talking 12 years after.
Well, but the resettlement didn't happen until the late 60s.
I know, but he's saying 12 years after.
12 years later, yeah.
He said that people could return.
Yeah, that's fine.
And then the ship pulled up and somebody was like, whoa, hang on.
The front.
I gotta make a couple phone calls real quick. So turn around.
Pulls up and the front just starts melting into the water.
A small group of Bikinians began returning in the early 70s after a cleanup effort. Debris was removed and coconuts were replanted. However, no comprehensive radiological study had been done yet. So in the late 70s...
How are we going to do that, guys?
In the late 70s, scientific testing revealed dangerously high levels of cesium-137 in the soil and local foods, especially coconuts and pandanus.
What did they do then?
I'm not there yet. Hold on. Urine samples.
I was setting you up.
I'm getting
urine?
Urine. I said urine.
You said urine settles.
Urine samples.
Urine samples.
Urine samples from returning residents showed radiation levels far exceeding safety limits. And in 1978, the U.S. government evacuated the Bikinians again.
That's what I was setting you up
this
for.
This time to Kwajalein Atoll, and later many returned to Kili Island. Their home at Bikini was once again declared unsafe. Okay, so we're coming up to the modern day. In the 1980s, the Bikini Trust Fund was established by the U.S. to compensate the displaced community, which sounds like the grand prize at a surf competition. In 1983, under the Compact of Free Association, the Marshall Islands and U.S. agreed on further compensation and settlement assistance.
Yeah.
However, funds often proved insufficient.
Right. Well, the first trust amount was $150 million, which,
I mean, for 126 people or whatever remained of them at that point that didn't have lymphoma.
Yeah, that's sort of the clincher there.
Cool.
$1 point something million.
I mean,
by the way, that's part of the U.S., so that gets taxed.
They had no currency, so like they fucking like the Bikinians previously had not lived with a form of currency. So $1 million, I guess, is something. I don't know.
Well,
you can never go home again, but
yeah,
maybe you can shop there. I don't know.
God damn it.
Court battles followed. In 2001, a U.S. appeals court dismissed the Bikinians' claim for additional damages, citing prior settlements. They're like, no, you've had enough.
You already got some.
And Bikini Atoll remains uninhabited, though it looks pristine and attracts divers because of its sunken test fleet and recovered coral reefs. Radiation levels in the soil and food are still above safe thresholds for permanent human habitation, though external background radiation is comparable to or lower than some cities. The Bikinian people now live scattered, mostly on Kili, Majuro, and Ejit Islands, struggling with limited land, food insecurity, and a fragile cultural identity.
Jesus.
The quote from one elder told researchers in the 1980s, "We thought we were leaving for a short time. We did not know we would never go home."
You know, there are some people who still live on Bikini Atoll.
Oh, yeah?
So they're,
I did not know that.
well,
Ghosts!
ghosts in human form.
Ghosts of Bikini Atoll.
Ghosts in bikinis.
Ooh,
That's a cool band name.
Ghosts in Bikinis.
Okay.
Somebody write that down.
I'll just put it on, I'll put it on the list.
It's on.
I've got the list.
Ghosts in Bikinis.
So there are a small number of caretakers that live there to maintain the island. We're talking about 4 to 6 people.
They all walk around swinging lanterns. They wear overalls with a bunch of kids with a dog come around. They're like, "You got to get out of here. This place is irradiated." But little do they know that they're protecting the treasure of the sunken pirate ship in the lagoon all this time.
It was the caretaker, Jinkies.
They'd have gotten away with it.
I love that. I love that. So from what I looked up, it was 4 to 6 people, and then they put in there, some of whom are descendants of the original islanders. Some of the 4 to 6 people? How many? How many of them?
2.
Yeah, the original population, for the most part, never.
They essentially devastated, but it's like, I think of it the same way that, like, my family's Irish, right? I'm only 3 generations removed from Ireland.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, I've got no cultural identity whatsoever with Ireland other than being Irish
I'm
American.
only 2
right?
on my dad's side, and I same.
Yeah, so like if
my identity's all on my mom's side, on the Brazilian side.
like if the cultural identity of the Bikinians was only 126 people anyway, and now they're 2 generations down on that and living on different islands. I mean, I don't know how much of a drive there is to get your ancestral land back, if there is even any kind of like cultural identity to hold on to.
Yeah, I feel like at that point, it's just, it exists in stories, and, those stories might as well be fucking fairy tales.
Yeah, it says here the community maintains a bikini council and cultural organization that like advocate for remembrance.
Right.
But like, I mean, dude, like I've lived in plenty of major cities with populations of, like, say, like Dominicans, like hundreds of thousands of
Right,
Dominicans
right.
that live there, and maybe like 6 people will run like the cultural center,
Yeah.
Right. But I mean, Dominican identity is much more.
Well, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, to be like active in your day to day is like, I'm gonna upkeep my like culture. Like,
speaking of cold comfort, in 1997, UNESCO named it a World Heritage Site.
cool.
You're
Yay.
welcome. You're welcome, Bikini Atoll.
Tight.
Descendants of the population of Bikini Atoll.
Yeah. And in the meantime, the Bikinian people remain in permanent exile.
We did warn you that we were back on our bullshit this week, and I didn't miss, after the last couple of weeks, I didn't miss the feeling of, I don't like any of this.
No,
This makes me feel bad.
it's fucking stupid and it sucks, and the world is rough, and I don't like it. I had a great weekend though. I played paintball.
We already did that segment.
I know.
But the
You
good
know.
news is, like, we have a whole bunch of really, I mean, literally, there's not a real heavy topic for, oh my God, till like late January.
Fuck yeah.
Oh,
We are
yeah.
fun times till late January.
We're gonna be funny for weeks.
We literally, I'm looking like next one, cool. One after that, fun. One after that, cool and fun. One after that, fun. One after that, cool and fun.
I mean, all of them have horrifying deaths attached to them.
One after that, yes, they do. The one at the top on the second row, fucking hilarious, is going to be a blast. One after that, fun.
That has been, I won't say what it is, but that has been floating around since I started.
That's one of the
January.
first ones that I ever came up with.
And it hasn't been explained to me. I don't really want it to be at this point because
Okay, I
I'm
love
so
it.
fucking curious.
I love it.
It's fun is that,
And I got to be here for that one. Do we have a guest?
No,
I didn't.
No.
You're our guest.
I haven't realized until this very second how much my vision is degraded since I last got my prescription.
Your glasses are all fogged up too.
That could be it,
buddy.
but like the one at the top there, it looks to me like it says like radical coal bikers or radical cat bikers.
You're not
maybe
far off.
the other one you were pointing at that was like a lot of fun looks like
Which one, down or where from there?
the second one down from Bikini Atoll, or the first one
Okay.
down from Bikini Atoll looks to me like Mighty Mouse,
yeah.
Myanmar Moose.
That is your episode.
Yeah, I should probably start researching Myanmar Moose.
Mighty Mouse.
Mighty Mouse. Here he comes to save the day.
Is that from Mighty Mouse?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mighty Mouse
God,
is on his way.
That little jingle has been in my head for my entire life, and I completely forgot it came
Yeah.
from Mighty Mouse.
Yeah.
There's no
The next heavy one that we do, the next one that's going to make us feel bad, is not till January 19th
Nice. Speaking of cartoons,
when it drops.
I love cartoons.
I'm not a huge SpongeBob fan, but
Oh yeah.
Bikini Bottom.
Yeah, that
the
is it,
implication there is that all the weird creatures down there are mutants from
Yeah, that's very
the
much true.
testing
Yeah.
of Bikini Atoll.
I mean,
Yeah.
have you looked at them?
Yeah, no, that is the artists and writers have hinted at that very strongly. Bikini Bottom is literally in Bikini Atoll in the lagoon.
that fucking
Interesting.
vaporized
yeah.
part.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe that's why the
Interesting.
water's all weird
Yeah,
there,
they're-
and there's like
their houses in that show also are like mufflers and shit
yeah.
and like car parts.
Yeah?
Yeah. Yeah, no,
Well, there's a pineapple one, and there's a
well, that's just a pineapple.
little Fiji, like, what are the heads?
EG heads.
The Easter Island heads.
Oh yeah, that's
yeah,
what,
there's one of those.
Squidward lives.
What's his tits? Yeah, Squidward.
I think I think it's SpongeBob who lives in a fucking muffler.
Nope,
Lives
it's
in
a pineapple under the
Whatever,
sea.
a bunch of them live in mufflers. Fucking whatever.
I've watched so much of that show,
Yeah.
and because I
I was too busy.
am a child.
I was too busy getting
no, because
pussy.
of having. I was just at home watching SpongeBob.
No, I was one of those
SpongeBob,
assholes.
I was already fucking.
I was
how
like-
old when SpongeBob
Dude,
came out?
I was like maybe a year too old for SpongeBob, or maybe 2
Yeah.
years. But like,
well, we're the same age.
yeah, I was
really
like, I was more of a Rugrats, Rocko's Modern Life.
Yeah,
You know, like
same,
like
same.
the like
Duh.
right there. Yeah, except Batman the Animated Series. That was
Fuck
my
yeah.
shit. So like, SpongeBob never really appealed to me. I was always like,
Yeah, I
that's for
literally-
kids.
literally the first episode of SpongeBob SquarePants was like a couple of months after my 18th birthday. But I had a child at 24, so
Yep,
you know,
yep.
a lot of SpongeBob. I don't recall anybody living in a muffler.
They all live in mufflers.
That's
I
you
actually don't know
made
what you're
that
talking
up.
about
You
either.
made that up, I think, in your brain.
SpongeBob lives in a pineapple.
Under the sea.
Yeah,
Who?
absorbent and yellow.
SpongeBob SquarePants.
Oh yeah.
And porous is he?
I think the residents of Bikini Bottom, the one that interests me the most is Sandy the squirrel, because she's wearing.
She's a scientist.
She's not just wearing a scuba suit though. She's wearing like a radioactive protection.
She's actually wearing a spacesuit.
Yeah, exactly.
Right,
To
which is
protect you from gamma
radioactive.
rays.
Yeah. Why is she down there? Did they ever go
I
over
think,
that?
I
I'm
think
not really up
I
on
think
my
her
SpongeBob
big
lore.
mission was she wanted to fuck SpongeBob. I thought that was like the deal.
That's why she delved
she
into
moved down to
an
the-
irradiated.
Yeah.
Okay.
As a squirrel, she always wanted to fuck a living sponge creature.
Is that something that's common with squirrels? Whatever.
I mean, I didn't write the show.
Maybe she's military personnel.
Maybe she was a person once, and now she's radiated into a squirrel lady. An uncontrollable lust for sponge.
So, by the way, but speaking of, because we touched on this earlier, like we talked about briefly all of the personnel that was on site to witness these tests and sort of what the literal fallout for them was.
Oh, yeah, it's pretty interesting, actually. How many people do you think were actually present?
I actually
at-
have the numbers.
Yeah, all right, Drew. How many people do you think were present for the the Pacific testing?
Too many?
Well, yeah, definitely.
A couple hundred? I don't know.
42,000 U.S. military and civilian personnel.
What the fuck? Really?
Yeah. They included
Yeah.
sailors and officers stationed on support ships several miles away.
Yeah.
God damn.
Scientists and technicians collecting data, photographers and news correspondents, medical teams, engineers, salvage divers, inspectors. Observers were
There were over 200 ships.
Yeah.
There were over 200 ships off the coast.
Observers were typically stationed 10 to 20 miles away during detonations, which was considered a safe distance for the blast and the thermal effects.
Oh, sure.
Not so much considering the other stuff. Like, for instance, when they would eat the sushi later. It was all...
What's funny is there's actually reports that a lot of the sailors, like, when the bomb was detonated and all the, mushroom cloud, oh my God, here's a big boom. A lot of them were like cheering at first, completely unaware that this rain that suddenly started falling on us was contaminated ocean water, irradiated ocean water.
If you ever see the footage, which I highly recommend.
By the way, highly contaminated because all that shit is from the blast zone,
brand new.
vaporized, and
Right,
now it's
yeah.
falling on you,
Yeah.
and you're going, yay!
Stick your tongue out.
Oh, the Russians will never know what fucking hit them. Fuck you, Stalin.
That's exactly how, and they all sound like that too. And they're like, yay, now let's get down below and celebrate, boys.
Yeah, they're sailors.
Bring some of that seawater.
And when I say seawater, I mean cock water.
It was long, hard, and full of semen.
Cock water?
My dick. So anyway, fucking. If you ever see the footage of the testing, there's multiple different views from different, like, you have airplanes and stuff. There's one overhead shot that's like from way up in the sky by an airplane, and you'll see the ships some miles away, like they just look like toys. It's very tiny, and you can see the blast totally just fucking covering them with shit.
Yeah.
It's super, super obvious. Like, they're in that blast zone essentially. And then if you see the footage from the ships, there'll be all these soldiers like sitting on the deck of the boat, just watching, wearing like sunglasses, like the fucking looking at the eclipse.
Well,
like,
eye
thick
protection is
sunglasses,
important, yeah.
And they're just like sitting there like, cross-legged, and they watch the blast, and they're like, whoa. And then a few seconds later, this heavy radioactive wind like takes over, just whoosh, and just sweeps past them, and everyone's like, whoa, fuck.
Yeah.
And all the ships rock,
And
it's
then the next week, all of their skin is gone except for around their eyes.
You can literally watch, like, you'd be like, and cancer. That's it right there.
That is like the enduring image of nuclear, of this whole concept to me.
Yeah, they still use it all that they use.
Which, by the way,
that and
those, like, I feel
Linda Hamilton getting melted into
I feel for those, because those were mostly young naval servicemen. They didn't fucking know. Like, so I feel terrible for those guys too. Like,
they didn't make all that shit
You're
happen.
part of a machine that's just doesn't give a fuck about chewing you up any more than it did about the fucking Marshallese residents. That it went, hey, we're going to take you from here. We're just going to move you a couple miles here, and then we'll see what happens, guys.
Hey, who knows? Who knows? It may be something cool.
No, I don't put any of that shit on that. I mean, they came out with cancer, like infertile, like, growing.
Obviously,
I'm right here, dude. I am right here. Okay, can you chill?
Obviously, the exposure comes from the three main sources. Like, we get like gamma and neutron radiation right at detonation, but that's very limited to the distance. Then the fallout, the radioactive spray, especially after the underwater test. Then residual contamination. So, like, there is also the people that went back to look at stuff and research are also just fucking just toes in the sand. Yeah, there's a lot of
drinking pina coladas out of silly straws.
Ooh, my ass is hot. The sand is a little warm.
Why does that crab look weird?
Fucking death claw comes out of the water. Okay.
Why are all of his legs big old claws?
Oh god! Radioactive crab monsters from Bikini Atoll.
Oh my god, that's a cool movie. That's a great campy fucking horror movie.
You've never seen it. There's a movie called The Mysterious Island that's got a stop mo. It's like one of those 60s.
What would you do if I was like, oh my god, I have seen that?
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised actually, because you watched movies when you were a kid, I imagine. But it's like a classic like 60s fucking creature feature, and it's got like giant birds and giant crabs and shit. There's one like this great scene of like a stop motion crab fighting a guy with a spear. It's fucking rad. At the time, few acute radiation injuries like burns or radiation sickness were reported among observers, but later studies found that participants in Operation Crossroads and other early tests suffered from elevated health risks. So there was no mass radiation sickness. There was some divers and contamination workers that experienced skin irritation.
Right, they were far enough away from the blast zone to not get acute radiation sickness.
Exactly.
You got to be right. I mean, not right there, but close to there.
Yeah, exactly. But decades later, the U.S. Department of Veteran Affairs and independent studies recognized elevated rates of leukemia and other cancers, thyroid disorders, cataracts, and various reproductive issues. So, like, essentially, most of the people that viewed it at such a close elevation were super fucked up forever.
Great.
Yeah, in the 80s and 90s, the U.S. government formally acknowledged that many nuclear test participants were exposed to harmful radiation.
Well, the 80s until only 50 years later.
Yeah.
Oh, now that they're all dead, we can go ahead and acknowledge.
The radiation...
You know what? We're not going to do anything. But you know what's good? Just acknowledgement.
The Radiation Exposure Compensation Act and the Atomic Veterans Compensation Program offered health benefits to veterans who participated in nuclear tests, including Crossroads.
50 years later after they're all dead.
Yeah, but
Great.
Participants from Bikini were among those eligible, though documentation and proof of exposure often posed some
Oh,
challenges.
wild.
Because it's been 50 years. So like, oh, you've got cancer. Did you smoke at
Yeah, right.
It's all the pre-existing condition shit.
No, I was on the ship off of Bikini Atoll. Do you have documentation of that? No, motherfucker. I was I was an ensign in the Navy. Don't you guys have that? Oh, you know what? We lost that file cabinet. We're gonna assign your case to one of our staff.
We lost all the cancer files. I don't know what to tell you guys.
Right. We'll assign your case. Check back in. I don't know how much longer do you say you're gonna be alive?
We'll check in a few years.
Fucking horrific, dude.
No.
God damn it. You know what? Hey guys, if you like this episode,
What's wrong with you?
the best way to tell us, maybe not if you liked the episode in and of itself, but if you liked our telling of it, best way to tell us is get on whatever you're listening to. If it's Apple Podcasts, please leave us a review and 5 stars. If it is Spotify, leave us 5 stars there and a comment on the episode or any other episodes that you liked. Please follow us on Delete Everything Podcast, on Instagram at Delete Everything Podcast. And if you want to send us a direct message, maybe you have a topic that you want us to talk about. We only have our topics run all the way out to next April. So if there's something that you want to hear us talk about, drop us a line at deleteeverythingpodcast@gmail.com. And lastly, come visit us at Patreon, patreon.com/deleteeverythingpodcast. We got some fun stuff there. That's all for us. Bye.
Bye.
Yo.
Can fish see here?